Hello, my beautiful Sagittarius. I hope you all are doing amazing. Today I'm going to be tapping into the energies of your love life. So it's going to be your general love reading for the week here. So pretty much whatever comes out for you guys. Okay, let's see. Okay, so the first card we have here is the Eight of Swords. Sagittarius, I feel like some of you are up in your mind right now, okay? You may be seeking some sort of answers, but more than anything, I feel like the person you may be inquiring about here is causing you a lot of confusion. Maybe you're in a space of like, what do I want to do next, right? Or do I want to do anything at all? It just seems that there's a lot of worry surrounding this connection, and I feel like, again, the worry is stemming from a place of uncertainty. I do feel like for many of you, this is just a thinking pattern. It's self-imposed, right? So the pro of it is you can take yourself out of this mentality. Obviously, easier said than done. I just see a little bit of worry and some stress surrounding the connection here at this time. Some of you may feel that your person is not realizing something that you have told them, or they're not picking up on some sort of hint here because the person in the Eight of Swords is blindfolded, right? So it talks about not seeing something that's in front of you, or, acknowledging something that needs to be acknowledged here, essentially. So maybe a bit of a avoidant energy going on. Some of you may feel very overwhelmed. It's like, okay, every time I think about the situation, it stresses me out. And you may be at a point where it's like, okay, I don't even want to think about this right now. You know what I mean? Like focusing on something else that maybe makes you feel more at ease. Or again, if you feel like you're thinking about this so much and it's draining you, you're shifting your focus. Oh, okay. Let's see. So you guys have 3 cards here. The Moon, the Five of Swords, and the Ace of Wands. Okay. So here's what I see, Sagittarius. I feel like the reason why you're up in your mind right now is because of the Moon card. There's a lot that you don't know. There's a lot that you feel intuitively, but there's no like tangible evidence here. So it could be bothering you. Some of you may be involved with the Piscean here. But what I see is this is a connection with a lot of differences. There's something in particular you guys are not seeing eye to eye on. So again, guys, we all have a masculine energy as well as feminine energy. But what I'm picking up on is the feminine energy here in this connection, right, is very upset. They're feeling more of... they're feeling misunderstood, and they're feeling a lot of sorrow, okay? So there could be something that the feminine try to express to the masculine here that they're not understanding. Again, guys, no gender. I'm just speaking about the energies. Now, Five of Swords could have been some conflict pertaining to a lack of expression or secrecy. Now, what I see is this is someone who wants to work towards a new beginning here, but I just feel, Sagittarius, for some of you, it's a heavy emphasis on a conflict or a disagreement. I'm kind of reading the Eight of Swords and the Five of Swords together here. And what I see is you're up in your head about an argument. You're up in your head about not being able to see eye to eye on something that's very important to you, okay? And it could, wow, I almost dropped my deck here, but yeah, 7 of Wands on the bottom of the deck. So it lets me know that this could have led or resulted in you feeling very guarded or on the fence with this person. So you could have expressed something pertaining to your emotions with the Moon here, and you feel like your person is not open for a conversation. Or when they're speaking to you, there is still this hidden energy of them not telling you every single thing that's on their mind is what I see here. Okay, so many of you, again, this could have caused an argument, or maybe you just wanted to have a conversation, right? And so you told this person, I want to speak about, the things that are on my mind. I want to speak about how I feel. But the avoidant energy is essentially what turned you off from the situation. Ace of Wands, a lot of passion here, could talk about a brand new cycle or a brand new beginning. And again, many of you want to focus on what's progressing for you, or you want to create some sort of change because you're getting sick and tired of being in like what feels like a never-ending cycle here. Okay. For others of you, I do feel like there could be external influences affecting, your connection. Maybe you feel like, your person's family or friends are in the way. And again, I feel like for some of you, it is this energy of what do I do? Like I keep getting like worry, right? A lot of stress and worry. And there's a lot of thinking and feeling going on. But I don't feel like you guys are communicating it to each other with the moon there. And the swords talk about a mental energy, so it's essentially what you're thinking about in your mind, but not necessarily communicating it. We'll see. Ten of Swords and the Devil, but it's followed by the Ten of Pentacles. This is someone who feels like they failed you. They disappointed you, okay? Ten of Swords talks about betrayal, you feeling like you need to close out a very toxic cycle here. Some of you may feel like, okay, you think about the situation a lot because you have emotions for this person, right? But you feel like the attachment here is not a positive thing. You may feel like this person is telling you things to be in your good graces, or, you just don't believe them all the way, because with that Seven of Wands energy we've seen earlier, it does talk about you being guarded. So it's almost like, do I want to give to this situation if I can't wholeheartedly trust this person, or do I just want to take a few steps back here? Some of you may be involved with a Capricorn here, but I just see that this is someone who is wanting to, they're thinking about a commitment, right? Obsessively thinking about a commitment with that Ten of Pentacles. Some of you could have genuinely been in a long-term commitment with this person, and then it came to an end, because the Ten of Swords is a cycle closing out. But the thing is, the positive part about the Ten of Swords is that your worry is coming to an end. Even if it's a tough cycle closing out, that's the positive aspect about it. The fact that you no longer have to deal with it, or you no longer have to feel that something is burdening you, or because it seems to be a bunch of negative emotions that keep repeating here. So many of you want to come out of that state of feeling sorrow or hurt or betrayal, and I see that happening for you. Eight of Cups. Right? So it seems that when you walked away, there was still this question about, well, what if, right? There's like the kind of like an extra cup here, which is kind of like invisible because it's beside the moon. So it talks about the potential, or where things could have potentially gone if it wasn't for a separation, or for you guys to have a disagreement here. So, even if both parties walked away from the situation, I feel like the emotional attachment is still there. That obsessive thinking, or wondering about the outcome is definitely still there. Knight of Cups, yeah. It seems that your person wants to apologize to you for leaving you on kind of like a cliffhanger, or like not giving you a proper sense of closure. If you're speaking to this person right now, I would be very surprised, because I feel like it has to be on a surface level, because there's so much that's hidden here, where if you guys were speaking right now, it would probably be small talk. That's what the cards are telling me, right, guys? And with the Knight of Cups, this is someone who wants to apologize for like leaving you up in your head, for stressing you out, right? A lot of disappointment here from your person's end. They're not happy about what they've done. And again, they're trying to move forward towards you. The Knights, they could sometimes be very unpredictable, or unexpected, I should say. So maybe you don't expect this apology, you don't expect this confession, but it is someone who is moving closer to you. Okay, they have a lot of emotion for you here, and they just, it could be like a peace offering. Like, okay, hear me out, Sagittarius. I'm sorry for, being discreet or dishonest, and I'm sorry for not understanding what you were trying to tell me. Because with the moon, again, you expressed something to this person, but now you're probably thinking about it, and you're like, what was the point of that, right? Like, if I took the time to express to you how I feel, and the response wasn't what you were anticipating, essentially, is what I'm getting here, and it made you feel misunderstood. So it's like, okay, so I spoke my mind and nothing changed. I still feel misunderstood. So there is an apology here on the horizon. Three of Pentacles, the World, yeah. Wanting a turn of events here is what I see. Six of Wands, right? Wanting some sort of victory. With the Three of Pentacles, it does talk about, okay, let's come to a mutual understanding here. Let's work as a team. Let's try to, even if it's agreeing to disagree, right? It seems that when you guys disagree, there could be more of like an avoidant energy, where some of you feel like every time there is a misunderstanding here, it leads to a separation, or it leads to not talking about it. You guys just want to get to the bottom of the issue. What's the moon? Temperance, there you are. What's hidden from you right now is that you are on this person's mind day and night. Okay, this person feels like you guys do work well together. That seems to be the reason why they're apologizing. It's almost like, for example, if it was a lack of expression that kind of rubbed you the wrong way, they're like, okay, we can work on that because everything else we were doing fine. They don't think that everything failed in the bond. This is how this is your person's perspective. Again, guys, this is someone who feels like you're in your element, you're very balanced, but they feel like it's their job to restore balance from their end. That's why they're in that like apologetic energy of like, I need to come forward, I need to confess, I need to apologize. There's a lot of secrecy here that your person is not proud of. Okay, and they want to work together with the Temperance. Main thing they want to do is restore balance. There's something from their end here that they feel like is way out of balance. Like whether it's they feel like they were receiving from this connection more than they were giving to it, whether they feel like you were the expressive one and they weren't expressive at all, right? It seems that in the past here, things were very one-sided. So it's something your person wants to work on. Bottom of the deck, guys, Five of Pentacles, feeling very left out in the cold, okay? And I'll be honest here, guys, some of you feel that you're not sympathizing with this person at this time because you're kind of like, okay, if you're really stressed out, you can reach out to me, right? And so you may feel like your person is operating from, a space of ego. So you're kind of like, if you really care, you need to reach out, right? Why are you still operating from ego if this is about love, if this is about, rekindling or reconciling here? Five of Swords. And guys, if the Five of Swords is not a conflict you and your person had, because how I see it is there's a lack of communication or a lack of expression. So if this is not something you guys have expressed to each other or a conversation that escalated into an argument, it could be more of like an inner conflict, right? Eight of Swords, Five of Swords, just up in your mind. Like, what do I do? Where do I go from here? Right? And the difficulty that both parties are facing is there's a lot of emotion. It's just not being expressed. It's more of like a bottled up energy. Five of Swords. King of Swords. Yeah, wanting some sort of truth. This person may feel like your emotions are slowly changing. Like you're becoming, like you're going from a space of expressing, and then once you feel misunderstood, you're going to a space of detaching from the situation. This is what I feel like is going on. You guys feel like you've put your best foot forward. You've explained yourself, specifically your emotions, but you had a desired outcome, or you wanted this person to acknowledge what you were saying. So when it was received, in the incorrect manner here with the King of Swords, you're kind of in this energy of, okay, well, I mean, if you want to speak to me, we can have a truthful conversation, but other than that, I'm going to detach from the situation because I don't want to keep thinking about it, right? And I don't want to stay where there's a lack of truth. Many of you are not in this for the mind games or that back and forth energy. So with the King of Swords, you're in a very stern energy in terms of, okay, I want the truth, nothing but the truth, right? And I'm not going to be the one to initiate the conversation. I don't feel like it's my job to do so because the last time I did so, right, the desired outcome wasn't really present. So, again, your person views you to be detached and they feel like you're detaching because of the lack of truth here, the lack of clarity. This person could also regret not taking an opportunity to just speak about what's on their mind or how they're feeling. Ace of Wands. Look at this, guys. Queen of Swords. True pair match. Temperance, King of Swords, Queen of Swords. Two people that work well together when you guys are being truthful. So there seems to be this like lack of clarity here is the only blockage I see, right? This is someone who is trying to bring forward the clarity because your closing card with the Queen of Swords, it is someone who's open to have this conversation. And because it's clarifying the Ace of Wands, it talks about, okay, the only way we can have a new beginning here is to get this conversation out of the way, right? There's no energy of like, okay, we can just sweep things under the rug and move on from this. We need to speak about it. You guys are both in this energy of like almost mirroring each other. Like if you have your back turned towards a situation and you're like, you know what, like I'm detaching right now, I don't care, or I don't want to think about this, your person's like following your lead. They're like, okay, well, I'm going to, pretend like I don't care, or I'm going to, turn my back towards the situation. It's like, you know, but then look at how many swords we have here. You guys still think about each other. It's just you guys don't tell each other that, right? It's this energy of, okay, well, we're thinking about it and we are not speaking about it, right? And with the King of Swords, guys, I feel like there's one energy here who's more open for a conversation. There's one energy here who's more avoidant. Because with the Queen of Swords, you know, she has her sword up, which talks about like blocking out, you know, communication, or, you know, throwing your hands up in, you know, in a situation and saying you want no parts here. So, you know, this could be your energy where you're like, I don't really know if I want to have another conversation with you right now, right? Keeping in mind that energies are fluid. You could just be in an energy of, hey, like, I really don't want to think about this or talk to this person right now. I'm still upset. And in the past, again, I feel like the past really affects you in terms of like you expressing yourself and this person not really taking accountability for their actions or trying to understand you. Okay. This could be blocked communication also. Like, I feel like there's one person here who has made a very firm decision and they're standing by it. Knight of Cups. King of Wands. There's two kings here, guys. Okay. For some of you, this could be an energy of, you know, your person embodying, you know, two different energies. Like sometimes they're very passionate, they're very open, and other times they seem to be a little bit more closed off or up in their mind. Some of you wish that when this person, you know, had an issue here, they would just speak up. Sorry, guys, there's like pigeons on my balcony and they're like making that cooing sound. But yeah, so with, you know, you could feel like sometimes they're really open, but you know, what you're wishing from this person is when they have an issue, you wish that they would just speak up about it. Okay. Now, here's what I will say. For some of you, this person is wanting to move forward with an apology, yes, but they may feel like your emotions have changed or you are, you know, involved elsewhere. You know, we do see two kings here. It doesn't have to be the truth, guys. It doesn't mean you're involved with someone else. It's just your person's assumptions. What exactly is a King of Wands? Someone's like a mother figure could be present here as well. Yeah, Knight of Pentacles, moving closer to you, but in a very premeditated manner, feeling like they need to really focus on what they're going to say and they need to get it right. Temperance. We have three knights here, Knight of Wands, yeah. This is someone who wants to return back to you. And how you would know who this is, they were very indecisive in the past here, guys. There was a lack of expression. They were very in and out. It could have been a connection, like I mentioned, it was very on and off. Like when you guys had a disagreement, maybe you guys would go your separate ways. And then somehow you guys would come back together. But you got very tired of a repetitive cycle. Okay, this person is trying to rush towards you is what I see here, guys. But it's also this energy of, okay, how do I approach Sagittarius in the correct manner? Bottom of the deck. Some of you may be involved with the Taurus, but it does talk about this person having an inner knowing that they want to work on things with you with the Eight of Pentacles. They know that they didn't put forth as much effort as you did, is what I keep picking up on, guys. Okay, King of Swords. So the question at hand is, are things really over? Like, can this be rekindled, or is this beyond repair, right? I just feel like there's like this energy of one person being very closed off or feeling like they need to close out a cycle and another person trying to come in when it's too late. So if you're in this energy of, hey, like I really don't want to speak to this person, or I'm kind of closed off to communication unless this person takes the initiative to do something, you know, they feel this like pressure. And I'm not saying you're putting pressure on this person, but if, you know, they're feeling guilty here, right? So if they're feeling guilty and they feel like they've been very discreet with you, they're trying to be more open. This is also someone who's trying to let go of holding on to like a conflict, or like, again, like I said, if it was an argument that took place between the both of you, it's like an inner conflict that they're trying to let go of. They're like, hey, I need to stop going back and forth in my mind and I just need to do something about it. Queen of Swords. Page of Cups. What I see is this person reaching out, okay, with the first card there as well, like an apology, and they're going to apologize to you in hopes of restoring some sort of balance. What I will say is there's definitely a party here who is more closed off. I keep getting that. So if that's you, Sagittarius, again, even if this person comes in, what the cards are telling me is you will still view them to be in a pretty unpredictable energy. In a sense of like, okay, I don't know if you're here for the long haul. I don't know if you're just saying this to, have us be in a calmer space. But, your desired outcome here is if you want expression and you want a brand new beginning where the past doesn't repeat itself, you want to stop being up in your mind. So if you feel like you're still questioning this person, you may choose to cut this individual out of your life here, okay? But I do see them returning here. Page of Cups, it does talk about communication, and we have 3 knights here. So someone who wants to come in pretty quickly from what I see. But again, there is this energy of you wondering, do you want to close out the cycle? Do you still trust this person? That's what I see. Okay, guys. So my wonderful Sagittarius, that is what I'm getting for you this week. I really do hope you were able to find a message that resonated with you here today. And thank you so much for your time.